Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the King of Cannons. It's been a hot minute, but printF has sent me a bunch of new replays, and we are going to be taking a look at a select few of them today. Down here in the bottom left side of the map, we've got printF in the red, the most methodical cannon rusher in the game, and a player who probably is the most honorable cannon rusher in that he regularly compliments his opponents when they play well. He never plays on a barcode. He almost always plays on an account called printF. And he has an Excel spreadsheet where he fills out details of every single game he plays. Now, his opponent up here in the top right of the map, we've got, of course, the barcode Zerg player up here. Just got to think of a name real quick. We're going to go with Gary the Zerg. All right, so Gary the Zerg does plop a hatchery down, but little does he realize he's about to get cannon rushed. Does he have an overlord? Wait, what is this build? This is a 14 hatch? Oh, this Zerg's planning to do a speedling all-in. Oh, the Zerg's doing... That's a very quick spawning pool, which means they should be able to actually defend this quite easily because of that. So with this build, you're meant to make it look like a hatchery first, and then you're getting onto gas really quickly. You're going to go straight for ling speed. You're going to do a crazy big ling flood. But that means there's no second overlord yet. It's only now started, whereas normally that would be down there. So no vision of this going up. There's a gateway there. Cannons are going to be able to be built on the front, and he's probing behind it as well. printF is like, hey, my opponent hasn't even seen this. Let's do it. Now notice he's trying to block that second gas, but his opponent doesn't know about the cannon rush. So there's no reason why they would go for that second gas. I really don't think there is any reason for that. So I think the Zerg's... Oh, the Zerg thinks he's going to gas steal. That's why. So the way this works, those who don't know, is if you put a unit right next to the gas, they can't take it. So both of them are trying to block the other player from taking it. The Zerg, distracted by this, does not realize there is a cannon about to finish on their natural. And oh my god, printF is going to be able to put down way more cannons. Thing is, the hatchery doesn't even get a chance to cancel, so printF should definitely be investing in 2 more cannons right now to make sure this goes down, because that creep's going to spread. If he doesn't put the cannons down soon, he's going Cybercore and a second gas. I think this is a mistake for printF. I think you want to make sure you commit to more cannons here, because if that hatchery is already finished, and this also is controlling the ramp, so if you get another cannon here, he can't get out, right? Because at the moment, he could run down the ramp to the right behind the minerals and escape down here. If you build another cannon down here, he can't do that. He's going to build another cannon further back. Maybe build a shield battery in a little bit as well. So with 3 cannons coming up, that should pretty much be a dead hatchery. Staying on gas is the barcode. Gary here. Oh, he's going to try and surround it. Okay, that's crazy, man. That is a crazy move. He's actually going to be able to kill that cannon. There's no way he breaks both cannons, surely. Oh my god, he's going to. He's going to actually do it. printF messed up. He should have built another cannon. And that means printF, if he loses this cannon, he's not in range of the hatchery. 6 hit points, 2 hit points. Oh my god, the queen. The queen's going to finish it. Okay, the queen finishes, and that means the hatchery is safe. However, there's 2 gateways and stalkers building on the front. So was that a worthwhile trade? 14 Zerglings for 2 cannons, 300 minerals. And of course, it is 50 minerals, 25 minerals per Zergling. So I got to say, this does seem like it's way better trade so far for printF. But with 2 bases of mass feedlings coming out, this could be good. A lair is on the way as well. Oh, Ling's going for a surround, but Cannon's absolutely slaying. They are going to get the Stalker, but yet again, at what cost? More Stalkers building as well as more Cannons. Wouldn't mind a shield battery down here as well. printF is mining 2 gases with a lot of workers, 25. So he's going to be able to afford a Robo. So he's got 2 Gate Stalker and a Robo all building on the front. Zergling's building for the barcode Zerg player. I mean, this Zerg player is going for a bit of a wild strategy here. printF doesn't have a cannon at home, though, and that's a huge mistake for him. No cannon at home. He could get in big trouble. He might have to recall. He does have plenty of recall energy. If he recalls the Stalker, he could attack across that and do okay. The Cybercore and the Forge going down pretty quickly here. Okay, Stalker's on the front, going to start doing some damage. No recall coming in. I think printF might be being a little bit cocky. That Forge is going to fall real quick, man. He's going to have to wall off there and there. He's going to go an extra pylon and a gateway, as well as a second cannon in the wall off. Stalker does get surrounded on the front. He's lost 2 Stalkers, but 27 Zerglings. Another one does go down, but all the Zerglings fall at the same time. The Cybercore getting very low. This cannon, oh my god. If only he had a cannon up earlier, this would have been okay. But as it is, it looks like this is going to get depowered. And actually, that means the second pylon could get focused as well. Uh-oh. printF is in trouble right now. He's going to get breached. He's going to have to pull the probes to fight these Zerglings, but look at that. The Zerglings microed very well so far. Zealot is still there on the front. There's an Immortal coming out. Zerglings doing what they can, and it looks like, man, I think printF might have screwed this up a bit too much. Not, building the pylons in the wall. No backup pylon means the cannon got depowered. More Lings are now flooding out. There's no units sieging him. With only 16 drones versus 24, the income is much better for printF right now. But there we go. Look at that. printF will be able to re-wall off He's going to take out every single one of those Zerglings, but there's more behind it, and that is a very low pylon. Dude, this might not look very efficient, but he's continuing on in. Another gateway has to go down in the wall. Another pylon needs to go down as well. This cannon's on 13 kills, 14 kills. More Zerglings flooding out. The Zerg player is just absolutely going in. But printF, you got a wall, dude. printF keeps thinking there's no way the Zerg's going to keep committing. Oh my god, the pylon barely survives. The cannon has 19 kills. He's going to build a shield battery. And that he's got an immortal on the front as well. I'd like to see that immortal kill that hatchery. Anything to lower the Zerg's production would be very useful right now. There's no queens left alive. Oh man, the cannon. The cannon. Oh no, it's depowered. It comes back up, but I think it's a little bit too late. Okay, he's gonna re-wall there, but now the cannon has surface area. If that shield battery's not ready, 9, 8, 7. Oh my god, I don't think the battery's gonna finish in time. These Zerglings might be able to kill the cannon just before it finishes. 2 seconds left, 1 second left, and the cannon goes down. Oh no, he's recalled a sentry, but that means that's very little damage output on that sentry. printF here is taking a lot of damage this Link Flood. This Zerg is showing no finesse, no Banelingness, no Ravagerness, nothing like it. He's going for a Nidus Swarm now. I'm going to say this is the ugliest counter to a cannon rush I've ever seen from a Zerg player, but I think the surprise factor is why it's kind of working. Because printF keeps assuming you wouldn't be stupid enough to just attack a wall while cannons are shooting you. And the Zerg is like, just kind of beating his chest and headbutting into what appears to be pretty bad situations. A Zealot's going to pop out with the help of the shield battery. That could do very well. He's just going to hold position that there. The Immortal still not killing the hatchery, I think, is a big oversight for printF. He's got a second one. No, a Warp Prism on the way. Warp Prism plus the Immortal is basically unkillable. Zerglings are going to go for the surround, but look at that. The Prism can shuffle that in behind the cannon and the pylon. Shuffles the probe back there as well to keep that one safe. The Immortal can definitely take the hatchery out. Here we go. Nidus Worm going to go up in the main. printF is going for a Colossus Bay. Disruptor's good versus Queens and Roaches. And of course, Colossus amazing at killing Zerglings. But the Nidus Worm's about to pop its little head up, and that's going to cause him problems. He's building more batteries here. printF is happy to be on 24 drones versus a one-base Zerg, but for how long? Mass Zergling in the main, and he doesn't have a cannon. If he had a cannon up, I think he'd be okay. As it is, he sees the Nidus Worm flooding Lings out. He's going to pull his probes over. With a battery overcharge, he actually could do okay. But notice the barcode Zerg here. Gary just goes for the Nexus, a wise decision. He does need to get surface area, though. But battery overcharge could do well. GG, noob! Oh, he's like, I'm on your economy. Get wrecked, dickhead. But the battery overcharge is actually doing so well. The probes are fighting not too badly here. The Zealot's kicking butt as well. I think you spoke too early, Gary. Oh, Gary, always prioritize macro over BM, buddy. The force field not quite perfectly placed. So that battery, I think... No, it was. Oh, yeah, no. One Zergling is still able to hit the battery, I think, from the right side. He's going to clear up the Nidus Worm. The battery will go down in the moment. Zergling's still going after the Nexus. Oh, Gary, I get it's frustrating to get cannon rushed, but come on, man. This has been one of the least refined counters to it ever. It's just flood Zerglings for 3 days and then make a Nidus Worm as well. You have no right to be on your high horse right now, my friend. To be fair, though, let's be real, we get most angry when we play badly. So to be fair, Gary's probably even more like, screw you, putting me in this position where I play bad. The Warp Prism did go home, but now it's going to go back to the front. There's a Colossus and an Immortal there. The Immortal, not that many kills, only 2, but the cannon has 21. How's the Sentries doing? 11 kills on this Sentry, 1 kill on that Zealot, 6 kills on that Zealot, 3 kills on that Zealot. Zergling's coming in one more time. I think they can squeeze between those units. It's a bit of an awkward wall off there, but with more Zealots coming forward, not the best position to be fighting. And there is a Colossus and an Immortal about to go in on the outside of the map. Where's the Force Field? Force Field comes in for the Zergling! Not quite able to finish it off. The Zerglings will get it on the next wave, but here comes the Colossus and the Immortal. And with the Prism able to juggle them, the Zerglings can't do much against that. The Zealots gonna now get surrounded back here on this side of the map. The probes will be suffering there. Looks like they will all go down, but wait, no, because the Zerglings are ignoring the Zealots will win that fight. The Immortal and the Colossus are gonna beat the Queen. The Zerglings doing ring around the Nexus, pocket full of no GG. And is gonna leave the game. Oh man, that's GG noob timing. What a disaster. I love it. I love it. Because it was like, hey, look, you've got nothing but a sentry and a bunch of probes. What can you possibly do? Man, the GG noob realizing you're going to get a big fight of mass Zerglings versus probes and a sentry. I mean, I can understand feeling good about this circumstance, but you did not have much of a follow-up. And look at this move. And he recalls these Zealots, right? Battery overcharge. Does he recall the Zealots? Or he shuffles them over with the Prism, doesn't he? Oh my god. Yeah, this was not... This was a... I mean, the funny thing is as well, the Zerg player was also opening up with the 14 hatch, 14 gas pool build, which essentially is, oh look, I've totally got a normal hatchery first. I call it the dumbass build. The only game Serral lost versus Rogue in the 2018 BlizzCon World Championship semifinals. The only game Serral lost versus Rogue was when he did this dumbass build, which is the opening the Zerg did here. It's a horrendous all-in. It's the biggest gamble ever. So I don't know if you're doing that build, if you can get on your high horse about your opponent cannon rushing you. Either way, once again, printF delivers one of the weirdest games I've seen in a while. Well done, mate. All right, let's go into another game here. printF, like I said, sent me an entire smorgasbord, and he's back in his natural habitat in the matchup where he says cannon rush is the absolute weakest. And yet, I always see him finding a way. He's in the top right of Tropical Sacrifice. He's up against Gumby, the Terran, in the bottom left side. Now, it's funny as well because printF hasn't been as active in the last few years. Of course, adulting, doing full-time. I think he's probably a programmer or something like that. Probably does some coding or something. Something technologically savvy. You know, someone with real-life skills, unlike myself. But because of that, I do find some of the players have either forgotten who printF is, or if they've only been playing in the last few years, they might not realize his legacy of basically 10 years of cannon rushing. I mean, I remember you go back 5 years in the North American pro scene, and there would be all of the Zergs putting their heads together at LAN events going, okay, we know he's going to cannon rush, but how do you stop it? Do you go pull first? And most of them were just like, well, we know technically you should be able to defend it with workers and stuff, but it's too hard. So most of the players would just default to 12 pulling him every game so that he couldn't get his cannon rush going. It was ridiculous because they knew he would always play this one base or try hard, or die trying style. He's going for 2 pylons on the high ground. SCV's being pulled. This is a good response from Gumby so far. I don't really know what he can do here. It's a perfect response, but you need to respect it. You've seen 2 probes, so you know he's committed. You need to pull more SCVs right now, Gumby. Gumby, you're letting him get the wall off. Okay, he needs to keep these SCVs here. Don't get lured out. If those 3-4 SCVs attack the cannon, he's fine. He should easily be able to shut this down. The problem is that Zealots will be able to build, but that alone is not all that effective. Only 4 SCVs down here. He's definitely underreacting, and he's building a bunker at the front, which is a bit of an odd choice. In my opinion, he could just pull more SCVs and shut down the entire rush, but look at that. That pylon comes in, limiting the surface area. He could get 2 SCVs on that side, but he hasn't yet. If the Marine adds its damage, I think he stops the cannon in its tracks. The probe might try and attack the Marine. He might go after the Marine with the probe to distract it, but cannon gets cancelled. That's a big problem for Gumby. He does kill the other probe, but 3 more cannons try to go down on, but the backside of this, oh, one of them gets cancelled at the very last second. printF still putting more and more cannons down. This Marine is just shooting a pylon. He needs to actually take the cannons down, but that's going to distract him to the point where Zealots will be getting out in the middle of this fight. And this is what happens if you just don't quite pull enough SCVs, because he should have enough SCVs to kill the cannons. And if he did that, his Marines could have killed this probe by now. Finally! Gumby focuses the probe down, but look at this. There's a Zealot about to pop out on top of these Marines. Watch this. Zealots on top of him, 9 foot tall. Kaiju mother trucker chops that guy in half. He's going after another one. Uh-oh. Oh man, you do not want to be losing these Marines. That's a good surround though. Gumby even pulls back that SCV there, shuts this one down. Oh, nice hold, and printF was so committed. He's on 16 workers. He is screwed. He's got a cyber core he's building at home, but being only on 16 workers, printF does not have a good follow-up to this situation, guys. He's having to bring a 3rd probe across the map. He's already lost the 2 that were over here. And yeah, factories on the way, reacted barracks, the extra depot's being built. Gumby can build a command center on the high ground. He's in a very good position. Now, Gumby does see another cannon going up. So if I was Gumby, I would just pull about 10 SCVs down and just shut this down. He's investing so much in this position. If you don't let him get this position up, you can easily shut it down. But a lot of Terrans are scaredy cats. They let Protoss set up on that low ground, and that is almost always a mistake. That's why the bunker, like I said, is a very odd choice, because you're ceding control of your natural to the Protoss player. I do not agree with this decision. Notice how he's trying to do fancy Marine micro, but 9 foot tall Kaiju with side blades does get a stab off, doesn't quite take him down. Factory's there as well, starport's on the way, but now the cannon's up, and that means he's, like I said, given up control. Stargate allowed to be built in the natural. printF slowly meandering up towards that second gas. printF is doing his best to salvage a very hard situation. Now remember, you might be wondering, guys, why is it the weakest versus Terran? There's a couple reasons. Number one, they get a ranged unit out faster than anybody else. The Marine, great damage output, can shoot cannons that, even if they're walled off. So the Marine is already a huge problem, how early that and the bunker come up, but also SCVs have 45 hit points. So much like drones, they beat probes in a fight. Whereas if you cannon rush a Protoss, a cannon can 2-shot a probe, but it'll take 3 shots to kill a drone because of regeneration, or an SCV because of their extra hit points. So basically, Terran and Zerg have stronger workers, and Terran has the Marine on top of that as well. Not to mention wall-offs that can just shut you out of their base. So it really is a tough situation. Void Ray will be coming out now. This is still not a good spot. Gumby's going Cyclones, has a medevac, which means he can immediately go do a Marine drop across the map while the Cyclone defends. I mean, this just feels like a massive advantage for Gumby, especially with the second barracks coming out as well. Cyclone's going to try and lock on and start wearing down the Cyclone, the cannon. But actually, he's trapped. He's trapped. If that Void Ray gets him, he has to run to the right side. Oh no, Gumby, get out of there, get out of there, Gumby, run. Okay, Gumby does escape, and he should be able to mass repair that. But that depot is exposed. Gumby needs to start building more depots. He's going Magfield, Vikings, Cyclones. Does need to keep up Marine production as well here. But look at that very nice supply block. Well done. And this Cyclone does at least chase back the Void Ray, but it breaks the vision. It can come back in for more harassment in a moment. Meanwhile, though, Marine drop coming in. If he drops in the fog and then surprises with 8 Marine unload, he could kill so many probes. But he's flying straight into vision. Bit of a mistake for Gumby, I would argue. Either way, it's a big problem. Recall? Yeah, he recalls a Zealot and a Void Ray, so Gumby needs to get out of here. You can't be affording to lose this drop. He could have actually beaten the Void Ray there. He tries to run away, but he boosts to the edge of the map. You cannot afford to lose that medevac. Oh my god, run. I think the Void Ray is faster. The Void Ray is faster than the medevac. You got to unload. Gumby. I think the Void Ray is slightly faster than the medevac. I could be wrong. Okay, his boost is ready, but Gumby, not watching Gumby. You got to remember that once the Void Ray starts attacking with its 6 range, it has a leash range of 8. So you have to get 9 range away once it starts shooting. You can't just barely get out of range. You've got to get much further for it to stop shooting. Oh, losing that drop. Dude, if he just focused the Void Ray, because it's frozen for a second when it recalls, those 8 Marines would have killed it. But he loses the counter drop pressure, and now he's trapped in a Cyclone Viking War versus Tempest. Now, Gumby still has the material to win this game. Magfield's coming up. He can mass repair, and he can also just outproduce his opponent. One mistake he's made, though, is no reactor on the starport, so he can only build Vikings one at a time, and he's actually building another medevac, so he wants to go for another counter pressure. Let's see what he does. Here we go. Double lock comes in, but seconds before Magfield's done, despite that, gets the Void Ray, and only loses a Marine for it. Oh, that's a huge snipe, man. The Vikings also could go counterattack. If those Vikings go and land, they can ruin printF's economy. Triple Magfield lock does get rid of the cannon at the front, but printF wisely realizing he needs cannons to dissuade the Terran from diving like that. So he's getting 3 more cannons, 2 more batteries, 2 Tempests coming forward. Gumby leaving the Vikings forward. Ooh, Gumby's not using control groups for the Vikings right now, only for the Cyclones. He's going to send a new Marine drop across the map, which is a great idea, but you definitely want him to unload in the fog and surprise with all the Marines at once to make sure you catch printF off guard. The early game defense was very, very clean, but printF now is in his playhouse, essentially. If you let him build a Stargate here, dude, like, it is a situation he has so much experience in. There's no way you'll have anywhere near as many reps as Gumby. I actually think Gumby's still favored in this situation massively, but the experience is what's playing to printF's favor. He's very patient. He's going to just layer these cannons and batteries forwards, keep building Tempest, and he's going to look for the efficient pickoffs. And you know what, guys? 40 damage to ground once he gets... Cyclone has 1 armor. Yeah, once he has this 4th Tempest out, then he can one-shot the Cyclones. The drop... Oh, we should really unload in the fog. Oh, he's doing it this time. He's unloading just out of vision. But recall should be ready. Oh, he doesn't have energy. Oh, he doesn't have energy. This is huge. The Cyclones get baited forward, though. Gumby, get out of there. And that's 4 Tempests. Remember, they just... actually, the 3 Tempests and a cannon shot one-shot it. The Marines go in. This is a massive victory for Gumby. Gumby's going to ruin his economy. But the Cyclones and the Vikings are running a little bit far forward. printF has the pressure on him. You do not need to run out here. But, oh my god, the Cyclones are getting hammered. The cannons and the Tempests gunning them down. He needs to pull back. Gumby can pull back. Whoa, what? Gumby lost all of his Cyclones and just gave up. He said, even though I'm killing your economy, screw this. I mean, there was no reason for him to run forward. You got to realize that if you're mining, any units you get out, you rally the back of your base, let him damage your building, let him chip at you. If he moves away from the batteries and cannons, even this far forward, he's dead. He has no Oracle for giving vision, so he has to move the Tempest up for vision. But Gumby rage quits the game after losing the Cyclones. So watch this. He had 4 Cyclones. For those who don't know, a Cyclone does 800 damage over 14 seconds with its lock-on. 4 times 800, that's 3,200 damage in 14 seconds. Now, I'm not very good at numbers, but that's a buttload of damage. It's like, you know, it's over 200 damage a second if you lock 4 of those onto a Tempest. So 4 of those lock on a 1 Tempest, it disappears in about 1.5 seconds, right? If you lock them, and you have Vikings as well, you just let them all lock onto different Tempests. Like, there's no way they're all going to get healed up in time by the batteries. But notice what happened here. I think just he didn't hold position, so he accidentally loses a Tempest. He also should be using scans to maintain the lock-on even while he's out of vision. And you can see, let's look at this from Gumby's camera. I think Gumby was actually watching. Gumby was like, hey, let's run forward. Oh, and this was just such an ill-fated decision. Loses 2 Cyclones before they do much. Loses a Viking, and then he just says, oh, you've got 4 Tempests. Feels he can't beat it, and just rage quits. What a disaster. I mean, even there, I don't think it's over. If he pulls back and just rallies back, those Tempests have no income behind it. The Marines were killing them all. But you can see, just like I said, printF's going to be more comfortable in these situations, whereas other players are going to be much more emotional and triggered in them. And I understand why. It's very irritating to play against. printF, though, methodically recording what works, what doesn't, and memorizing exact cannon rush positions. He does it in his spreadsheet every single game. He delivers us weird and disgusting strategies, as he always does. Hopefully not encouraging too many people to do this on the ladder. I'm sure there's already someone in the comments like, how dare you promote this pig? Garbage, 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 garbage. I'm sorry, guys, but I do like to look at all sorts of different strategies, and printF still absolutely flabbergasts me that people who respond so well to the initial cannon rush, the fact that he can win games like this against GMs, it always stuns me. GG, well played. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you want to watch some other games, check them out. Click on some of the other ones on your screen. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye and good night.